So, you're thinking about doing a day one raid. Not quite sure what to bring in. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but I'll tell you what I'm bringing in myself. First, subclass. Stasis. It's my it's my go-to. Anything in-game PvE, Stasis. Stasis negates all difficulties. It negates champions, it negates Hive Lightbearers, it negates everything. Especially with the Bleak Watcher turret, which is what I've got. And then the Rift for if anything rushes you. Frost Pulse. Works really great. I'm using Whisper of Shards, Conduction, Chains, and Refraction to get those extra boosts to get my stats to triple 100. It's not the best, but it's there. Next is my Kinetic. It's going to be a Heritage. Reconstruction, Recombination, really just nothing beats it out, and I don't know why targeting adjuster's on there. I definitely want to go for like Major Spec. Really good at breaking majors, especially if you proc that recombination, that 10 times shot. It hits harder than most heavies. I have a few other backup choices as well. SMG, I've got a Percy's D that I got that I really like, and an ignition code. For boss damage, I'm taking my Palmyra B. I've still got to put enhanced explosive light on it, but I feel like that's going to do pretty good damage. It's going to be a pretty solid choice. And then for just general ad clear, the Fighting Lion. I know what you're probably thinking, well, there's so many better choices than the Fighting Lion. Why are you taking the Fighting Lion? And I'll explain that later on. As you can see, I don't have a small amount of kills with the gun. It's really strong, really good with ad clear. Of course, I'm going to be running the Stag. Staying alive is always the most important, with a Void Siphon to work with my Fighting Lion, Harmonic Siphon, taking charge, high energy fire, charged up, blast radius. Basically, I'm going to have high energy fire procced all of the time. So my Fighting Lion will be consistently doing 25% more damage, and it will always be procced. You see Bomber, Innervation, Solar and Arc damage resistance, and then obviously Rocket Launcher reserves, because I don't need reserves for the Fighting Lion. It has infinite ammo. And then I'm going to switch out the Unstoppables. I'll probably put... if I had to think, I'd probably put Fastball. Yeah. And then I'll keep one just in case I need a champion slot, and I can slot it out as needed for any of those perks. So next I'd like to take a moment to explain why I'm using the Fighting Lion over maybe another weapon. On the screen, you can see I have what is a small breakdown, a small sample of the kill usage ratio of a few weapons that might compare to the Fighting Lion. At the top is the Fighting Lion with a 1.83 KUR. Funnel Web has a 1.34. Tiku has a 1.21. T-Ghoul has a 1.19. And then Salvengers has a 0.89. But I wanted to include those other weapons that are meant to kill and are meant to be good ad clear weapons, especially Funnel Web since it's getting so much attention. Funnel Web is a good weapon. And if you want to use your exotic slot for something else that you enjoy having in your exotic slot, Funnel Web is a decent choice, especially with the volatile builds that have been going around. But as far as raw ad clearing potential, the Fighting Lion is in a league in and of itself. KUR it's a little complicated to understand, but basically what you can get out of it is that the Fighting Lion is accounting for more kills as a percentage by a factor of 1.88 over its users. So this gives you a glimpse into the weapon's raw ad clear potential in PvE and how strong or how weak a weapon is in PvP. For example, the KUR in PvP sits at around 1. The central distribution sits at around a 1. A little bit below, a little bit above. You're looking at like a 0.9 to a 1.1. This is the average. There's a few outliers. Vexmitha class, when it was really strong, had a 1.55, and Fighting Lion currently has a 0.69. That gives you a little bit of understanding, at least in PvP, how a weapon's strength correlates to its KUR. And why the KUR is, while it's not an end-all be-all metric, is an important metric. So again, Fighting Lion's a fantastic weapon, one of the best ad clear weapons in the game, and if you don't have one on your day one raid clear team, I would honestly suggest that you give it a try. Maybe somebody that uses grenade launchers and is pretty good with them. Have them put it on. I promise you that they will be at the top or near the top of the kill list every single time. And since you're doing damage with probably legendary rockets and one Galahorn, you're not really needing the exotic slot for that. So again, Fighting Lion, fantastic ad clear weapon, probably one of the best in the game. I am biased, 170,000 kills on that one, over 200,000 total, but really give it a try.